salon man and woman as a people. Wetin do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a people. Wetin do we sweet salon for well now we are. Where we get we gold, where we get we diamond, where we get we iron or white for where we where we get we rutile, where we get we bauxite. Fish in the water plenty, white for well we I say salon man and woman and some people. Wetin do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman and some people. Wetin do we sweet salon for well now we are. If petrol dey, light dey na the whole country. Motorcar dey run up and no white for well pa we. If parents get good pay, pikin go go school. If teacher get good pay, all pikin dem go land. I say salon man and woman as a people. Wetin do we sweet salon for well now we are. I say salon man and woman as a people. Wetin do we sweet salon for well now we are. Wetin do we sweet salon for well. Wetin do we sweet salon for well.
Good evening and welcome to News Hour. Coming up in this edition, Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority investigates recent fire incident at its depot. HOUR8TH Memorial Hospital conducts free cataract surgeries for over 1,600 patients. And Run on Islander Foundation awards grant in aid to 6 students. These stories and more in this edition of News Hour. Stay with us for the next hour. My name is Daphne Zainab Kamara. First, the news hour tonight. The HOUR8TH Memorial Hospital partnered with the Ministry of Health to conduct a nationwide cataract surgery outreach program. After 2 months, the survey has been completed. The hospital was able to do about 1,678 cataract surgeries across Sierra Leone. This update was provided during a press briefing held at the HOUR8TH Memorial Hospital at Hill Station in Freetown. Esther Susanette Bassi witnessed the event and now reports.
In here we are health officials, medical specialists, beneficiaries and members of the media gathered to review the achievements of the initiative. The outreach program began in April this year 2026 and ended in June. It covered several districts across the country including Bo, Cambia, Kono and Putloko. HOUR8TH Hospital Management said they initially targeted 1,550 cataract surgeries but ended up surpassing that target. They also screened about 6,000 patients during the exercise, with many receiving free life-changing treatment. To ensure efficiency and quality service delivery, a special surgical facility comprising 4 fully equipped and functional operation theaters was established. Medical teams performed an average of 50 surgeries daily throughout the outreach period. Head of HOUR8TH Memorial Hospital Group, Harish Agnani, expressed satisfaction with the outcome of the program. He said the program was supported by a team of nurses, eye specialists, technicians, and medical professionals from India who worked alongside local health personnel.
This, as I said, is a huge expenditure, but very satisfying for all of us because we have been able to give back to the society. It's not only doing eye camps where we give our corporate social responsibility. From time to time, we do also have other camps. But this is the biggest one which we are holding, which has benefited over 1,648 patients.
Consultant Ophthalmologist, National Eye Health Programs, Ministry of Health, Dr. Lloyd Harrison Williams, commended HOUR8TH Memorial Hospital for its outstanding contribution to healthcare delivery in Sierra Leone. He described the outreach as a remarkable intervention.
The good thing is that it's not just the numbers, but rather the quality of surgeries that we are doing, even when we are doing large numbers. And this is what we want to prove, that you can still do lots of patients. You can still do surgeries for lots of patients and be able to assure all of them of the highest quality of results. We are happy that the government of Sierra Leone and our partners have made it possible that every district in Sierra Leone now have a functional eye facility.
Several beneficiaries also shared testimonies about the impact of the surgeries on their lives. They expressed gratitude to the benefactors.
We are very much satisfied and we are happy to see people working so hard to satisfy us. And I must say, my right eye is very bright.
It's not been good for me really, because I've not been to feel comfortable again. Before now, it was not good for me because my eyes were getting darker and most times it was dew that I was seeing. But now that I have done the surgery, the difference is incomparable. The wonderful side of it, everything was free of cost. So I want to thank HOUR8TH Hospital for this great support.
I tell the all thank you for what they do for we, not this country.
The nationwide outreach program was said to be part of ongoing efforts by HOUR8TH to reduce avoidable blindness in Sierra Leone. It was also a move to build the capacity of local health practitioners. 7 nurses were supported to be trained in India and to come back home and help improve access to specialized eye care services. For SLBC News, Esther Suzanette Bassi reporting.
Hundreds of residents in Kenema have received free specialist healthcare services during a 2-day medical outreach organized by the Sierra Leone Medical and Dental Association in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and Development partners. The outreach forms part of the association's Media Congress 2026 and its 55th anniversary celebrations held under the theme, The Role of Health Professionals in Achieving Zero Preventable Maternal and Child Deaths in Sierra Leone. Esther Sako has the story.
At Kenema Government Hospital and Anga Community Health Center in Sami Foluka Village, Kabondo, Kaiboma Section, Kenema District, Hope arrived early. Long before the doctors settled into the stations, patients had already formed queues. Some came seeking relief from years of pain, others arrived hoping for answers to health conditions they had lived with silently for too long. For many residents in the eastern region, specialist medical care often means expensive journeys to Freetown. This week, however, the specialist came to them. Cardiologists checked heart, dermatologists treated skin conditions, dentists eased years of toothache, ophthalmologists did eye surgeries. Women received cervical cancer screenings, while children were attended to by pediatric specialists. Ami Aku, who underwent cataract surgery, said she was overwhelmed with gratitude. I could hardly see. Today, I see people clearly again. I thank God and the doctors for giving me back my sight. Another beneficiary, an elderly man who is a carpenter, expressed gratitude for the surgery as his eyes are important for his job.
You see, I'm a carpenter. Even with them, it can be very difficult for work.
Carpenter, my eyes are important to my job. I have been struggling, but now that my eyes have been operated, it means a lot to me. I appreciate SLMDA for the free treatment.
And plenty thank you for what they do for me. I'm happy.
District Medical Officer, Kenema District Health Management Team, Dr. Donald Grant, described the outreach as a major boost for healthcare delivery in the region, stating that more than 200 cataract surgeries and over 100 free specialist procedures were planned during the exercise.
Wonderful day for us because we have a team of doctors all over the country, Sierra Leonean doctors that are here to boost the health system like a surge, right? To strengthen the hands of our colleague doctors and other healthcare workers to attend to our patients within Kenema district.
President of the Sierra Leone Medical and Dental Association, Dr. Ahmed Sharif, said the move supports the Ministry of Health 300 Days of Activism campaign aimed at reducing maternal and child mortality across the country. He assured beneficiaries that similar outreach programs would continue in other districts.
This multi-dimensional approach that we took to having this outreach, not only to limit it to the consultations or to some minor surgeries, the fact that we made it multiple specialties has been something really unique. We saw patients recovering their sight after the eye surgeries were done, and that was really painful.
For hundreds of people across Kenema and surrounding communities, the program was more than free healthcare. It was a chance to regain sight, restore dignity, and look forward to a healthier future. SLBC News, Esther Sako reporting.
Kenema District just got a lifeline on wheels. 3 fully renovated ambulances rolled into Kenema Government Hospital by the Ministry of Health through the National Emergency Medical Services. For families in Kenema, the ambulances mean more than transport. They are mobile first aid units built to stabilize patients and get them to hospital care during emergencies. Esther Sako again.
And they hand over the keys for the 3 ambulances there.
The 3 ambulances are expected to boost emergency response across the eastern region. Dr. Donald Grant, District Medical Officer for Kenema, said the 3 ambulances won't sit packed at the hospital. He said they will be deployed to communities to respond swiftly to emergencies, adding strength to the district's existing fleet. Dr. Songo Koidoma of the National Emergency Medical Service said his team has been supporting ambulance renovations and donations nationwide with one goal: bringing medical services closer to people's doorsteps.
In Kenema, we have 3 functional ambulances there. We have a few major issues. So these are ambulances that have been innovated and been fitted, and they're here to complement the deficits.
Minister of Health Dr. Austin Demby said it is the vision of the president that every area of the country has access to medical service. He said the ambulances are not just vehicles but are mobile first aid units built to stabilize patients and get them to hospital care during emergencies, urging the people of Kenema to own the ambulances.
These ambulances are not going to be sitting in hospitals. They will be in strategic locations, and they all have GPS capabilities, so you know where they are, and the dispatcher knows where they are. They know the proximity to the accident site or where they're needed. They know the distance to the respective hospitals, and they could triage this fairly quickly and see where the need is and deploy the correct ambulance.
Receiving the keys, Paramount Chief of Nongowa Chiefdom, Kenema District, PC Sadiq Mahmoud Kapua, pledged the community's commitment to protect and maintain the ambulances. For a mother in labor at midnight or a child injured far from town, those 3 ambulances could make the difference between risk and rescue. SLBC News, Esther Sako reporting.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Demby, has said to prevent Ebola from entering Sierra Leone, his ministry and its partners have launched the Sierra Leone Health Travel Portal. It allows travelers to make known their health status before their arrival and their departure. Suleiman Babatur witnessed the event in Lunge.
So with pride, honor, and dignity, today, June the 5th, we launched the Sierra Leone Health Travel Portal.
The Sierra Leone Health Portal, launched, was part of the Ministry of Health's preparedness and solution to prevent the disease from entering the country. The portal allows travelers to submit their health information before arrival and departure electronically, replacing the delaying paper-based processes with a faster digital system that gives real-time and reliable data. This system would support early detection, response, risk management, contact tracing, and strengthen coordination across health, aviation, immigration, and security agencies. It would also help in the integration of portal data with the national data system, equipping points of entry and build the capacity of frontline teams, especially when the disease has no licensed vaccine and approved treatment. Points of entry staff would be deployed across the country's borders to operate the portal and screen travelers.
But again, after completing the form for the first time, the system will automatically pop up your username and password, because at that moment we are not expecting you probably to have internet connectivity to receive SMS or to receive email. So what the system will do, the system will automatically display your credentials.
Though the country enjoys 0 suspected and confirmed cases, the Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Demby, admonished citizens to be vigilant and report any sign of Ebola.
So we don't know, say no case not there, but now already. And now already, don't make the kind slowness where we see now Uganda and Congo, later in our coming now.
Partners like Shapaigo, Africa and US CDC, and the UN and WHO family commended the government for such a swift measure in strengthening Sierra Leone's health system and prevention. They said closing the borders was not the solution to stop Ebola from entering the country again, but to put effective preventive measures in place to prepare the points of entry POE staff. Shapaigo and the Ministry of Health have also empowered about 30 staff working at the Freetown International Airport. Apart from Ebola, the ministry is also studying mpox in sub-region and Lassa fever and Marburg in West and Eastern Africa. Sierra Leone lost many of its citizens to Ebola between 2014 and 2015. The disease has resurfaced and is currently in DR Congo. SLBC News, Sulaiman Babature reporting.
The Vernon Islander Foundation of the Cyclists Club has announced the award of grant in aid to 6 exceptional students in support of their academic pursuits. The presentation ceremony was held at the Ajay Calder Amphitheatre on campus, re-established in 2024 to mark the 50th anniversary. The foundation continues its mission of promoting educational excellence by providing meaningful financial assistance to deserving students. The foundation extends its heartfelt appreciation to all members and supporters whose generous contributions have made this initiative possible and who continue to support its fundraising efforts. Their commitment ensures that talented students receive the encouragement and resources needed to pursue their education. Looking ahead, the Vernon Islander Foundation remains fully committed to expanding educational opportunities and increasing its positive impact within the university community, particularly as institution approaches its bicentennial commemoration. President of the Old Edwardians Association, Commissioner Richard Hindolo Senesi, has outlined his 100-day plan, which includes paving the school entrance and completing the transformation of the school's field into a modern artificial turf multi-purpose facility. He made this disclosure during a solemn blessing ceremony held for the new executive members of the national chapter of St. Edward's Parish in King Tom. Dennis Reza was among the alumnus present at the ceremony and filing this report.
The service brought together past and present executives, including President Emeritus Dr. Josephus Bremer, members of the Alumni Association of St. Joseph's Secondary School, and distinguished Edwardians. During the ceremony, the new executive members were conferred sashes as a symbolic gesture of assumption of office, following prayers and blessings led by the parish priest, Reverend Father Philipson Samuel Moore. The ceremonious event created an atmosphere of captivating blessings, as was perceived in the sermon and words of wisdom by the parish priest.
The idea in the speech today may be the wisdom that sees to later. So, listen. Make room for other voices. Let kindness be before your predictions.
The new executive also donated a 30 kVA generator to St. Edward's Parish and pledged to support its fuel and maintenance for 1 year period. The ceremony concluded with a procession to the school grounds, marking a symbolic transition of leadership and a renewed commitment to strengthening the institution's legacy.
St. Edward's is known for history. Don't don't want to rely on past glories. That's why we have seek the face of God, so that what we have done in the past, this executive will do more than that, will replicate and do more than that.
Speaking at the Secretariat, President of the Old Edwardians Association, Commissioner Richard Indolo Senesi, outlined his 100-day plan, which includes paving the school entrance and completing the transformation of the school's field into a modern artificial turf, multi-purpose facility.
We are planning on doing a massive construction from the junction over there in the city all the way into the school compound. And there to see where we can fix in terms of classrooms, and we have to make sure we give them a conducive learning atmosphere.
The new leadership called on all Edwardians to unite in supporting the development of both St. Edward's and St. Joseph's Secondary School, while making them an envy of society. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
Earlier, the president of the Old Edwardians Association National Chapter, Commissioner Richard Indolo Senesi, has pledged to run an accountable, transparent, and effective administration. He called for collective commitment for the progress of the Alumni Association and the school in general. He was speaking at the St. Edward's Secondary School grounds during a handing over ceremony held to usher him as president-elect. Dennis Fraser has more.
And encouraging all of you guys to be part of the mass.
The handing over ceremony, which was coming following his election into office as president of the national chapter, along with his incoming executive team, was graced by members of the previous administration, school authorities, and past distinguished Edwardians, who openly demonstrated confidence that under the guidance of Commissioner Richard Indolo Senesi as president-elect, his regime was expected to continue to foster unity, support its alma mater, and elevate the standard of excellence that St. Edward's is known for. The president of the Old Edwardians Association National Chapter, Commissioner Richard Indolo Senesi, said he believed that the future of the Alumni Association should be anchored on accountable, transparent, strong financial management and modern systems that promote efficiency and trust that surpasses expectations.
That's enough with the accountability and transparency aspect of it. You have to be accountable for every dime. The money is not yours. These Edwardians put in their money, their resources to promote growth both in the school and the association. So it's our responsibility to make sure we use those monies judiciously and account for them too, because the monies are not us.
He noted that through his bold vision, he and his executive team will champion the transformative agenda, not just the association, but the St. Edward's Secondary School in particular.
If the school, St. Edward's Secondary School, is not performing in public exams, we have no business playing there. So first things first, we have to make sure we create the enabling environment for the pupils of the school and even the teachers, for them to be able to teach the kids well, the pupils well, and even the people in turn, when they come to school, they make sure that they are fit, the atmosphere is conducive enough for them to go to school.
He lauded the previous executive for what he described as an impactful tenure. He promised that his administration will continue to set the standard high with the support of other branch chapters such as UK and Ireland and USA branches. SLBC, Dennis Fraser reporting.
The Baptist Convention of Sierra Leone has held a farewell ceremony in honor of its outgoing National Executive President and his wife in appreciation of their 10 years of dedicated service. Howard Williams reports.
Dozens of people congregated to grace the outgoing executive president Reverend Dr. Joseph Kaiforna and his wife, Pastor Mariama Kaiforna, known also as the First Lady of the Baptist Convention. The celebration of dignitaries was dedicated to more than a decade of esteemed service from the husband and wife towards the membership of the Baptist Convention. Keynote speaker from Liberia, Professor Momolu Masakoi, praised Reverend Dr. Joseph Kaiforna as a man with widespread legacy who loved development. Reverend Dr. Kaiforna says that under his stewardship, institutions and human resources continued to grow, health services expanded, and the impact of the mission's work reached communities across the nation.
We were able to achieve several things. We were able to acquire on freehold the 21.7-acre land of the Baptist Convention in Lusa, and by special grace, we have been able to fence that compound and put up a dynamic, powerful, extravagant structure called the multi-purpose building that houses a dining hall, a conference center, and an office space for the Baptist work of Sierra Leone. By the special grace of God, we were able to also refurbish the Baptist Hospital, and through support from CBM, we were able to acquire state-of-the-art equipment, making our eye care hospital second to none in the country. Over 45 pastors we are supported or have been supported with a monthly stipend of at least 1,000 loans for the past 5-6 years, and they are still getting this support. And by special grace of God, we have been able to train our pastors, our teachers, and even doctors so they can support and give more relevance and value to the Baptist Convention work in Sierra Leone.
The devotion of hymns, presentation of certificates, and other accolades formed the much anticipated part of the program.
You're watching News Hour live on SABC Television in Freetown. We continue with more stories. The National Mandingo Union of Sierra Leone has officially appointed a new district tribal head for Kono District following the death of their tribal head. This came after months of consultations aimed at restoring unity and effective leadership within the Mandingo community. Sulaiman Dumbuya was at the ceremony in Freetown.
The appointment ceremony held in Freetown saw executives of the union, community leaders, women representatives, and stakeholders coming together in solidarity. The president of the National Mandingo Union, Alhaji Kanja Sise, said the body had received several complaints and concerns from its members in Kono District regarding leadership. He said they dispatched senior executives, including regional vice presidents, to conduct fact-finding missions and engage community members. After several engagements, they made recommendations to the Ministry of Local Government, which later appointed Afram Bayo, the new Mandingo tribal head for Kono District. Alhaji Kanja Sise admonished the new tribal head of what was expected of him as a local leader.
Is to bring the Mandingo people of Kono, in this case, bring them together and help to work closely with the central government in looking after the affairs of that tribe, and also in helping government to collect local taxes from his own subjects.
He added that the appointment of Mr. Bayo was to promote peace, strengthening unity, and ensuring that the community remains focused on development. The newly appointed Mandingo tribal head for Kono District, Afram Bayo, pledged to work towards reconciliation and unity within the Mandingo community. I am committed to using my experience and leadership to bring all members of the Mandingo community together, regardless of our past differences. The ceremony concluded with prayers, congratulatory messages, and renewed calls for unity among Mandingo people in Kono District.
Diplomatic relations between Sierra Leone and Cote d'Ivoire reached a new milestone on Friday. June 5, with the official inauguration of the Honorary Consulate of Cote d'Ivoire in Sierra Leone. The ceremony held at the Lagunda Entertainment Complex in Aberdeen was marked by a sophisticated cocktail reception attended by dignitaries, business leaders, and media representatives. Abdul Kabir reports.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite you to raise your glasses in honor of Mr. Mohinder bin Singh Sachdeva.
The event was held under the Grand Chief Patronage of Her Excellency Madame HOUR8TH, Ambassador Extraordinaire and Presiding of Cote d'Ivoire to Sierra Leone and Liberia. Ambassador HOUR8TH emphasized that the new diplomatic mission will strengthen bilateral trade, cultural exchange, and provide support to the Ivorian community in Sierra Leone. Hosting the inaugural celebration was Mr. Mohinder bin Singh Sachdeva, the newly appointed honorary consul, a figure in Freetown's business community. Mr. Sachdeva expressed gratitude for the trust placed in him, noting that the consulate symbolizes a shared history and joint commitment to future prosperity. He pledged to create new opportunities and build bridges that benefit citizens of both nations.
Third, to my dear friends in the diplomatic and consul corps, thank you for your presence and solidarity. Diplomacy is a steady journey, and I'm eager to work alongside with you to promote mutual understanding and common progress.
Among the notable attendees was Josephine Fatima Kamara, the Director General of the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation, underscoring the strong relationship between the diplomatic community and national media. Representing the government of Sierra Leone, Chief Minister Dr. David Senge highlighted the importance of the partnership and stressing the benefits of closer collaboration with Cote d'Ivoire.
This light electricity that we are seeing comes from Cote d'Ivoire. The CLSG line, which exists, runs from Cote d'Ivoire through Liberia, Sierra Leone, and goes all the way to Guinea. And we have more trade between our ports from Abidjan all the way through to Freetown, and several other businesses, economic activities. His Excellency, the Consul, one of your main tasks is going to be to ensure that Air Cote d'Ivoire begins to fly again.
The evening concluded with a vote of thanks and a renewed call for collaboration, leaving guests optimistic about the future of Cote d'Ivoire and Sierra Leone relations. Abdul Kabir, SLBC News, Freetown.
It's now time for our segment, and we start with the international news update.
This is the international news, and I am Stella Bangura. Israel said that Iran had launched missiles targeting them, as after Israel launched airstrikes targeting central and western Iran in response to missile fire from Tehran. The exchange of strikes threatened to drag the wider Middle East back into a regional war. Israel said the attack was a warning after Israel struck Beirut's southern suburbs earlier in the day. The exchange of fire comes despite the White House urging Israeli leader Benjamin Netanyahu not to retaliate immediately. At least 32 people have died after a magnitude 7.8 earthquake struck off the coast of Mindanao Island in the southern Philippines, officials say. More than 100 people have been injured across several provinces, almost 24 are missing, and 10,000 residents have been preemptively evacuated. Earthquakes are common in the Philippines, which sits on the geologically unstable ring of fire. While most of these quakes are minor and pass relatively peacefully, some have proven deadly. Waves were also detected at several locations along the coast of Indonesia, Palau, and the Philippines. Nigerian's army says it has freed 360 people abducted by Boko Haram in southern Borno. The operation took place in the Mandara Mountains, part of the militants' group stronghold. The remaining rescued abductees were successfully evacuated to safe locations for medical care and humanitarian support, marking a major operational success and a significant setback for the terrorist group. Nigeria is facing a complex security crisis in the north, including a more than decade-long insurgency and kidnappings by armed groups for ransom. But the insurgency has killed thousands of people and displaced millions. Analysts say the government isn't doing enough to protect its citizens despite repeated promises by President Bola Tinubu to curb the crisis. And finally, for the international news segment, a group of 150 Malawians repatriated from South Africa amid growing worries about xenophobia are due to arrive by road in their home country. The Malawians were among a number of foreign nationals who had sought refuge in temporary camps in Mossel Bay. Anti-migrant groups are demanding undocumented migrants leave the country and have set 30 June as a deadline. President Cyril Ramaphosa announced a raft of new measures to crack down on illegal migration. But he also warned South Africans not to take the law into their own hands. He said there was no space for xenophobia, racism, sexism, Afrophobia, or any forms of intolerance in the country. As part of Ramaphosa's plan to deal with illegal migration, the president said the deportation of undocumented migrants will be sped up. And that's the end of the international news summary. I have been your presenter, Stella Bangura. Stay tuned.
Up next is the business update.
Hello and welcome to the Business Updates, a segment that brings you the latest in business and its contributions on the economy. I am Alwyn Boyfox. Coming up in today's edition, traders and customers at the Dovecourt Market have raised serious concerns over the increase in price of food items. And now, the increase in the cost of food items like onions, pepper and fish, among others, is becoming a serious concern for both traders and their customers at the Dovecourt Market in Freetown. While traders relate this to the high transport fare from the provincial areas, buyers said the increase reduces their purchasing power. Our business reporter, Kadia Tuture, tells us more.
This is Dovecourt Market in the east of Freetown. Here, food items like onions, pepper, and fish are usually sold in large quantity. Once a busy trading hub, is now experiencing lower sales. A trader, Zainab, who is selling onions, says the reason for the hike in the price of a commodity is the high cost in transport fare from the provincial area. This, she also says, is causing low sale for them.
The business is tough because there are no sales. Market prices are expensive. Like one bag of onions, I will sell it up to 3 to 4 days, and I am paying transport every day to come and sell. People really want to buy, but there are no money.
For Mohammed, who is into fish trading, this year's sales have dropped significantly. He says this leaves many business people at Dovecourt Market struggling to earn a living.
Last year sales were better than this year, but now are slow. I am pleading with the government to help us with price control.
The burden is equally being felt by consumers, particularly mothers who are responsible for feeding their families. Many spend hours moving from stall to stall in search of affordable food items, especially pepper and other cooking ingredients.
I am pleading with the government to pity us mothers. It's not easy. I am walking around the market looking for what to manage. Everything has gone up, including pepper.
With traders struggling to attract customers and buyers finding it increasingly difficult to afford basic food commodities, calls are growing for urgent government intervention to stabilize prices and ease the burden on ordinary citizens.
And many thanks to Kadiatu Ture for that report. Well, that's all we can share in today's edition of Business Updates. I've been your presenter, Alwyn. Bye, folks. Keep watching.
And now to end the news, the main points again. Authorities have launched an investigation into the recent fire incident that destroyed 5 public transport buses at the Sierra Leone Public Transport Authority's depot in the east end of Freetown on Friday night. The HOUR8TH Memorial Hospital partnered with the Ministry of Health to conduct about 1,678 cataract surgeries across Sierra Leone. This update was provided during a press briefing at the HOUR8TH Memorial Hospital Hall, Hill Station in Freetown. And the Vernon Nylander Foundation of the Cyclists Club has announced the award of grants in aid to 6 exceptional students in support of their academic pursuits. The presentation ceremony was held at the Ajay Kalda Amphitheatre on campus. Well, that's the end of the news from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation in Freetown. My name is Daphne Zainab Kamara. Thanks for giving us. Good night.
For well now we are.